Hey fellow YouTubers, JJ the Trucker coming to you from northern Idaho, and we are getting ready to cross into central Idaho right at this bridge that's coming up here, and something spectacular, okay, something special at least, is going to happen when we do cross over this bridge. So first of all, you can't see it, but we're driving along the Salmon River right here off to your right. I know you can't see it. I've been getting rave reviews about this viewpoint compared to the old one, by the way, except that you can't see things that are on the right. So don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of you guys, all right? So just hang tight for a minute here, because something's gonna happen when we cross over this bridge right here. All right, speed limit goes down to 55. Gotta slow her down. This is the Salmon River, and we were in Pacific Daylight Time. And now, crossing over the Salmon River right there, we are now in Mountain Daylight Time, and we are in Central Idaho. That's right, Central Idaho, your own private Idaho, everybody. And now we are going to have a spectacular view of the Salmon River as we go along in this on this journey here. Oh, we got a little bit of traffic and a flagman. All right, this guy wasn't here yesterday, so I just came up this road yesterday, and there's the river. Came up this road yesterday, and now we're heading right back down it, and I'll tell you all about that in a moment. Got some work they need to be doing, probably a boulder fell or something, who knows, but we will take it nice and easy through here. Oh yeah, there's a rock that fell. See, they painted that thing orange. Wasn't like that yesterday, so I missed it. Ah, man. So I mentioned your own private Idaho. I'm not going to use that as my song quote of the week, because that's you really got to be in the know on that kind of music, that alt punk UK music, to really know that. There we go. Entering Riggins, population a whopping 410 people. That's right, 410 people living in Riggins, right off the Salmon River. This area looks like it's a very touristy area, like maybe once a year they've got a big event going on, probably something to do with the salmon migration or something like that. There's salmon stuff everywhere. There's a shop up here called the Tourist Trap. What does that tell you? Oh boy, all right. Whew, speed limit slowing down to 25. But man, the view is just beautiful out here, just beautiful. So anyways, back to private Idaho. It's from the B-52s. If you get a chance, listen to it. It's look, I'm gonna be honest, if you're not used to that type of music, you know the B-52s from Rock Lobster and Love Shack, and those are fine. Those are kind of poppy songs, but this one, Private Idaho, definitely different, but it grows on you. I like it. It's a pretty cool song, and every time I go through Idaho or come into Idaho, that song is just stuck in my head, and I listen to it all the time. So yeah, check it out. B-52s, Private Idaho. Let's see here. So we got all the salmon stuff going on. Ooh, we're really slow, and we got a school zone coming up. Why are you not shifting, Bev? And to manually shift her down. So, what has been going on? Well, as you know, I was in Lewiston, Idaho. If you followed my last video, Lewiston, Idaho, way up in the Panhandle, picking up a load. That load has been picked up at a very organized place. It was a paper company. And man, this place from beginning to end, they were organized. Maps, instructions, here you go, this is what you do. I was impressed. And they got me, my appointment wasn't until 2 p.m. today. I showed up yesterday. It was a tight load. So I was worried that if I wasn't going to get loaded until like 4 or 5 o'clock, I probably wasn't going to make it on time. Probably would have needed to reschedule. And the agent said, yeah, if you need to reschedule, no big deal. But I ended up showing up yesterday, and they said, all right, you're here way early, but you know, we can probably accommodate you, but go ahead and drop your trailer, go park somewhere, and we'll give you a call when your trailer's loaded. All right, cool. And they did that. They called me last night, and it was loaded. So I picked it up this morning, been on the road. So now I'm going to make it in plenty of time. It's all good. But it was significant deadhead. Significant. So I don't know if you guys have been hearing about this, but the market is starting to go down. The rate market, you know, the rates are going down. The trucking market's starting to tighten up. It's a cycle. It happens. I saw it coming from a mile away. So I've been preparing for it. Part of the reason why I just spent a whole lot of money, you know, I spent money, that big load that I took to California that y'all know about, and the loads since then had been really good. I've been getting lucky. Come on, don't get too far out there. All right. So I've been saving up all that money, and saved up quite a bit so that I could get all this stuff done and taken care of. We're talking 2 steer tires, Centromatic balancers on all 3 axles, rotating my drive tires, 180,000 mile maintenance, which includes not only the oil change and the PM and all that stuff, air filter change, but includes drive axle oil change. And a lot of checks, a lot of tighten this, retorque that, everything. So that was rather extensive on the budget. Let's see, getting those tail lights and getting them installed, getting the bunk heater maintenance done and worked on. So yeah, all that was a pretty penny. Plus had all the spending I did in California. Plus I'm already planning for and starting to buy things for my fall vacation. So overall, we're talking over 10K dropped on all this stuff. But now all that stuff's out of the way. I can run lean. I'm doing good, and I'm ready for a downturn. Do I want one? No. Although trailer prices will be cheaper if it really takes a downturn. And I'm definitely going to be in the market for buying a trailer. I'd like to do that. So we'll see, but I'm ready for it. I'm prepared. So with that being said, I'm already noticing that the loads are getting a little tighter as far as availability. Definitely not the availability we've been seeing. And I started seeing this once I hit Vegas. Trying to get out of Vegas was challenging. Now, granted, a big part of the challenge was I was trying to get to Boise. So that was limiting right there, but there still wasn't a whole lot leaving. I was starting to get desperate enough to where I was just gonna leave Vegas, go somewhere else, and try and go somewhere else to get to Boise. Ended up finding something that got me to Oregon, and then to Washington, and over to Boise. So that it worked out, and those ended up being mostly good paying loads. The one getting me to Boise was not a good paying load, but we already went over that. So now I'm in Boise. I'm like, okay, gotta leave Boise. I don't have anywhere in particular to go. Well, there just was nothing coming out of Boise. Nothing good. There were some really bad loads coming out of Boise. There were loads that were just terrible on the rate. Part of that challenge now, we got some horses up here. Got people riding horses. All right. Coming around that corner, looked like they may have been actually riding them on the road, but no, they're over there. All right. Part of that challenge was, a lot of the loads just happen to be either dropping off on a Friday evening somewhere, which you never want to do. Unless you want to take that weekend off, you do not want to drop off on a Friday evening or on a Saturday, because you're just going to be sitting the weekend, unpaid. So that was a challenge. Or these loads wanted you to deliver on a Monday, But again, not paying you for it. You know, it's all right, I'll get there Thursday, but you don't want me to deliver until Monday? You know, or even getting there Friday, not deliver until Monday? No, you know, unless you're going to pay for it on a daily rate. No, that's not a good deal, not a good bargain. So the next step is to expand the zone, expand your deadhead zone, and ended up picking up this load. I had first turned down these. I saw a lot of these loads coming out of Lewiston, and I was like, man, it shows that it's under 300 miles deadhead, but because of all the mountains and you got to go around them and all this stuff, it's not your typical 300 miles. It's actually way more than 300 miles in reality, and it's about a 6-hour drive, or about 6.5 hour drive, which normally 300 miles is like 4.5 to 5 hours. So it's a bit out of the way. Hills, mountains, not on the interstates like I like to be. You know, fuel mileage, got to take that into consideration. But you take into consideration views like that, man. So I don't know. I originally turned those down. Then I found a really good load, SYD agency, and I called on it, and it had just been covered. Direct load, just been covered. I just missed it. And the agent, he knew, you know, right off the bat. He goes like, "Yeah, sorry, man, just got it covered. I'm in the process of taking it off the board as we speak." And sure enough, he did. And I'd worked with this agent before, and this agent had been keeping me up to date on loads coming out of certain areas and stuff via text. And we talked about that. He goes, "Well, I do have this other load if you want it. It's a bit of deadhead." I'm like, "Well, where is he?" He goes, "Coming out of Lewiston." I'm like, "Oh, man." So we talked about it. I'm like, you know, it's pretty much desperation time. It's, you know, Arnold will be leaving this next morning. And there was time to get out of, you know, time to make it up there and all that stuff. I was like, all right. And I looked at it, and it did pay. It barely paid the daily rate, even with all the deadhead, leaving yesterday, picking up this morning, even this afternoon, if I picked up this afternoon. It paid, you know, it paid the daily rate, and it's getting me to a better area. I can tell you right now, it's going to Duncan, Oklahoma. I can tell you that because by the time I release this video, this load will already be delivered. So, Duncan, Oklahoma, not a bad area. Not a superb area, but it's close enough to Oklahoma City, kind of central-ish to Oklahoma. So anything coming out of Oklahoma, I can find something good. So far, I haven't, and we're a few days away still, so I still might find something. But so far, yeah, again, not a lot of stuff. Normally, I'd be able to pull up Duncan, Oklahoma, and find a whole bunch of stuff that meets my criteria. So far, nope. Even with 150 miles deadhead, nope. But here's the thing about that. If I need to swing down to Dallas, it's not that far. I can swing down to Dallas and get a good load out of there. I know I can. There's always stuff coming out of Dallas that's paying well. So I'm not too worried. I think I'm getting into a better area overall, and it's going to be warmer. Yay. Get me out of this winter weather. Today I've been dealing with fog and cold weather, but no snow. It didn't snow all the way up here, but it did rain. I was going to film the trip up here, but it was raining all day yesterday, so that didn't happen. So I figured, you know what? I know the perfect place to start filming. And look at this scenery, man. Rolling hills. This is the kind of stuff that if you grow up in the city, this is the kind of stuff you see in either old movies or in picture books or, you know, documentaries, history documentaries, you know, founding America, you know, Little House on the Prairie type stuff right here. Yeah. So anyways, I think that's about it. That's what's going on. I'm happy with all the stuff I got done. My truck's running a lot smoother right now. I'm happy. I got that air filter replaced. Johnson's Logic. Check his channel out. He's awesome. Just had a birthday, by the way. Happy belated to you. he had mentioned he was getting really bad fuel mileage, terrible fuel mileage on his Volvo. And after he replaced the air filter, the engine air filter, huge difference. So the engine air filter on this truck, 100,000 miles is when you're supposed to replace it. And I did. I replaced it at 105,000 miles last time. But my fuel mileage has gone down. Granted, there's been some heavier loads, you know, a lot of off-highway stuff, a lot of this kind of travel, you know, and the additives in the fuel, which have now been extended into the, you know, we should have had the ethanol, the B20 stuff gone by now, and it's been extended because of the oil crisis. So, you know, and then other stuff he added into the fuel. So you got all that stuff that attributes to lower fuel mileage. So I'm definitely interested in seeing how my fuel mileage does with the new air filter. Now, I can tell you right now, since starting today, I'm at 6.7, which is very low for me. We do have a light load. It's paper, but it's toilet paper. That's right. So it's a light load. It's filled to the max, but it's a light load. And but we've got all these hills, speed changes, acceleration, deceleration, all that stuff. So that's attributing to it right there. I'll keep you guys informed. I'll let you know how it ends up going overall once we get to some flatter ground. Now the route I'm taking, going through Salt Lake. So yeah, I'm going uphill, downhill for a while, and then Salt Lake, and then hitting 80. So I'll be going uphill again into Wyoming, and then into Denver, swinging down into Denver, and then from Denver it's all downhill, all the way down to Duncan. So that should be fantastic fuel mileage. So I'll make up for that because it's a nice slow downhill, and those are the ones you want, the nice slow downhills. So we'll see. I'll let you know how we do overall. All right, guys. Oh, wow, we got some slow traffic up here. All right. Trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to go over. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the view. It's just beautiful out here right now. It's a nice sunny 52 degrees. Other than that, I think I got you guys all caught up on everything that's going on. As always, if you have any questions, comments, anything you want to throw in the comments, toss them in there. You know, I get to all of them. I read every single one of them still. I'll either reply to you, or at the very least give you a thumbs up and a heart. Unless it's a nasty comment, you might not get you might not get those. If it's a real nasty comment, you might get removed. But that happens. That's very rare. You got to be a troll to do that. And I don't get too many of those anymore. So anyways, I do love your guys' comments. Take care. See you guys on the flip side. Bye-bye.